How's it going, guys? Short, quick video for today. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button if you enjoy the video, comment down below. And you know what? I'm going to ask you the question right away since you see the title of the video. What do you think about the Formula 1 franchise, but more specifically, what do you think about EA Sports? Because I have had years of, well, evidence, to say the least, that I have reason to worry about the F1 franchise. Now, I've been playing the F1 games since basically since Codemasters started making them. F1 2010. I remember as a kid, I'd play those games. I'd have a lot of fun. I think my favorite version of it was F1 2012, or was it 2013? I think it was 2013. That music on F1 2013 was incredible. Real quick, shout out to the Patreon members as always for supporting the channel. You guys are the absolute best. Thank you so much for always supporting. Now, I don't want to make this sound like nostalgic games were so much better back then. Well, you know, in the mid-2000s when EA were still EA and not, you know, money hunting, essentially, they did make really cool games. Think about Madden, NCAA, think about the Tiger Woods games, think about the NASCAR games. They were all really, really good games. They had a lot of amazing features. Think about MVP Baseball. I mean, that's probably the best sports. I mean, a lot of people will vividly say that's the best sports game along with 2K5, NFL 2K5. So EA were an incredible company, and they really set out to make amazing sports games. But that changed, you know, many years ago, over a decade ago, when they realized how much money they can truly make. And I'm not going to get too much into it, higher level executives and yada, yada, yada. But the point of EA Sports now, and EA as a whole, is to make money. That is what they do. And to be fair to EA, they make a lot of money. They do a very good job at what they're supposed to do. They make billions of dollars, not on the sales of their game, but on the microtransactions, on the Ultimate Team. You guys know the story of this. There's been tons of videos online about it. We get it, okay? So I'm not going to go too deep into that. And personally, when it comes to F1 games, I see a lot of complaints from the main content creators on F1 and from the fans from F1 about the game. And I'm sitting here playing it. I just started a series on my channel on playing it. And yeah, I could see a few issues here and there, but overall, it's still a Codemasters game. It still has the Codemasters feel, and it still is really well done. I have some really good battles on there, and trust me, as someone who covers the NASCAR games, guys, you know, I don't know if mainly F1 supporters know this, but the NASCAR games have been absolutely like in the deathbed for the last decade, okay? While Codemasters and F1 have been rising and rising and rising, the NASCAR games have been falling and falling and falling. So, you know, when I see some of the complaints from you guys, like, oh, you know, in Austria, the pole time was 2 seconds slower than what it is in the game. I'd love to have that problem. I'd love to. That's my main. But you know, in the NASCAR game, it doesn't even function half the time. So I feel like the complaints sometimes from the F1 fans are a little bit spoiled. They don't really realize how good they have it, especially when Codemasters was picked up by EA. And to be picked up by EA or 2K or Activision, the big three in the gaming industry, it's probably a pretty good sign, because that means you're able to, you know, you've really made it, and you got picked up by one of the big guys, and they can publish you, they can provide you more funding, make a better game. But EA, the thing about EA is that I would not want to be picked up by EA, because they have a track history that things are not going to go well. And then when F1 fans start complaining about their games 3 years from now, they're going to have, you know, it's going to sound a lot more plausible to complain about it, because it's not going to be as good as it once was. And that is my concern. Guys, when I play F1 22, there is a clear indication that EA have their fingerprints on the game. When I'm driving in a race, I see a little token sign that comes up on the left side of my screen. It's like, you've earned a supercar token while I'm racing. I don't know what I did, but I've earned a supercar token. Okay. Don't know why supercars are in the game anyways. When I launch the game, the first thing, every time when I launch the game, that I see is not the main menu screen, is not a race car, is not the first thing I see is join the VIP pass, buy this helmet, buy this suit, do something like that. That's the first thing I see. Thank you, EA. And what is new in F1 2022, guys? What is new? Nothing. Nothing of good resort. You have new cars that you had to put in the game, because obviously in real life there's new cars. You have new tracks where you have to put in the game because there's new tracks. That's the minimum expectation of a new yearly release for F1. But what's new? We have furniture, we have supercars. Did anyone want that? Just a few years ago in the career mode, when you would have to do you do like Pirelli hot laps or some sort of hot lap, you would go into a classic car. You could drive Ayrton Senna's old McLaren, you could drive an old Ferrari, or drive a 2010 Red Bull, right? They had classic cars in the game. Where are those? They're gone. Because EA Sports looked at it and they're like, all right, well, we have these classic cars in the game, can't monetize it. It's not, it's just not monetizable. We already have it. All right, let's remove the classic cars. Let's find something to monetize this with. What can we monetize this with? You have the higher executives thinking, what can we monetize this game with? Not what makes a better game. What can we monetize the game with? That's why classic cars are not in the game. Because they were not as monetizable as they were before, because it would have been an old feature and you can't sell it. So what do? They take out the classic cars. Madden fans, do you have an idea of how this feels? Because there's a lot of features in Madden that used to be in Madden that are now in Madden, and now they're trying to sell you new features in the new Madden games that used to be in the old Madden games. 2 years from now, classic cars are going to return, and EA is going to market it this way. They're going to be like, hey guys, we have classic cars back, when they took it away 4 years ago. This is the proof. We've seen it in the pudding. This is what EA does. They cannot monetize classic cars, so what do? They put in supercars. They put in supercars into an F1 game. The only reason they did that is to try and monetize it. It's something new, it's something fresh, it's something different. You take out classic cars, you put in supercars, and you have to then hopefully, that you spend your real life money to earn those supercars. That's what they want. That is what they want. Along with the VIP pass, the season pass, the battle pass, whatever you want to call it. You want to buy furniture for your showroom. You can't walk around the showroom. You can only look at it. That's really it. You don't walk around it. You don't interact with it. It's just there. It's just something visual in a game. And they do that because they want your money. That is what they want. Selling the game at $70 is not enough. Selling a Champions Edition at $80 or $90 is not enough for them. They want the microtransactions. That's how they make billions of dollars. And it is seeping in to Formula One because they found a way. They saw how popular Formula One is becoming. And Formula One, guys, is great, and I love it. I love the way the direction of the series is going in real life. And the game is still really good. If you buy Formula One 2022 right now, it is still a really good game. I know some people have complaints about it. I still think it's a really good game. It's not going to get better from here on out because I have proof. 15 years of proof that EA with their games, they will not make it better. Need for Speed has fallen flat on its face because they can't find ways to monetize it, and they just gave up basically, and they're delaying the Need for Speed games. I don't even remember the last Need for Speed game that came out and was actually decent. So we have that problem. You have the FIFA games. Ever since Ultimate Team came into FIFA, I mean, that's their big money maker. It is what it is. You have the Madden games, which I think, to me, Madden, NFL football, is the biggest strategy that EA Sports has ever done. I mean, that game it truly has so much potential, and they just take features out, and they take features out, and there's multiple videos online that you can find of just tens and hundreds of features that used to be in Madden that were taken out, then re-put into the game to use it as a marketing sell point to try and make you buy the new yearly release. And now we have F1, and the first sign of that, scummy thing they do is they take features out. They took out classic cars. They will bring back classic cars soon. Trust me, they'll do it, and they will introduce it as a new feature. There will be other features in the game that they take out and then reintroduce to put back in. Their main focus, EA's main focus, is to make money, and that is why I'm worried about F1. Before Codemasters were bought out by EA, Codemasters had one goal, and you saw this across all their games. Codemasters was out there to make better games, from F1 2010 to 2011 to 2012 to 2013 to 2014 to 2015. Now there was a little hiccup because you had the new generation of consoles. So from 2013 to 2014, you had to get to 2015, new generation of consoles. You lose a lot of features because you have to rebuild the game. It happens. But you then build 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019. You're building. It's getting better. It's getting better. And then EA buys you out. And the first game that EA has really solid control on the game is F1 22, and then you start seeing it. You start seeing the trailers that are really fast-paced, right? With music in the background, you can barely see what's going on. It's like, wow, there's so much color, so many graphics, so much editing. It's just like the FIFA trailers, just like the Madden trailers, just like all their other games. They're starting to put their imprints on it. What's new? What's sellable? Supercars. Okay. in a Formula 1 game. What's new? Supercars. Supercars. Has my team changed? No. Has the driver career changed? No. There's just no changes in the actual game. Has the multiplayer really gotten better? Nope, not really. It's just the same thing. Same thing. It's going to happen next year too. It's going to happen the year after that. And if I'm wrong, so be it. Then Codemasters has more influence than I thought. If I'm wrong, Codemasters has a lot more influence than I thought, and they're actually able to get EA to listen to them and say, hey, we want to make our game better. Don't make us put in furniture and supercars. But guess what? They were made to put in furniture and supercars. And if anyone who is a lead at Codemasters tells you that it was their idea to put in furniture and supercars, they're straight up lying to you. That's not Codemasters. We have not seen over the last decade that is what Codemasters does. But we have seen what EA does. And that is why I'm worried. F1 fans, guys who play the game year in, year out, and really support the developers, are you guys worried like am I being too harsh? Am I being too harsh? Should I not be worried? Should I be like, it's fine. It's fine. EA is going to, let Codemasters do what they do. They're going to stay out of it, and they're going to let Codemasters make great games. I don't believe that's going to happen. I don't believe it. I think with EA, they're going to find as many ways as they possibly can to monetize Formula 1. And that will be their priority, and the game will not improve next year or the year after or the year after. Because EA, all they do is they just gather talent. That's what they want. They just gather talent. And then maybe someone who was working on the Formula 1 game, you got to go work on Battlefield. Because, that's a huge franchise. You got to go work on that. We got to take you away. EA makes these decisions. They have all this talent under their umbrella. And they could pick and choose where they want the talent to work. Will the game get better? I've not seen FIFA get better. I saw Battlefield release an absolutely terrible product this year. I've not seen Madden. Madden has been unplayable for the last decade. So where is the proof that I can trust that Codemasters will be allowed to work on their game to make it better? Where is it? Can you guys calm me down? Give me some reassurances that they will improve, or is that it? Because EA will never improve. They won't. The higher executives don't care about gaming, guys. That's the harsh reality. EA Sports does not care about gaming. They care about making money. There are some other companies out there, other developers, right, that do care about making great games. They really do. They need to make money. Obviously, we all have to make money to just have a living. I get it. But there are few developers out there, actually a lot of developers, that do actually care about making a great game. And, if you have to make money on the side, introduce battle passes, microtransaction, whatever it is, that's fine. No one's hating you for that. But we want your focus to make a great game. EA's focus is not to make a great game. And there are many other developers out there that they actually are trying to make a great game. And unfortunately, EA have all the licenses and all the monopolies and all this stuff. All the franchises are going down. I'm worried. I am genuinely worried. I made this video a little bit longer than I wanted to, but can you guys let me know? Will everything be okay with the Formula 1 franchise now that it is under the EA Sports umbrella? That's all I'm saying. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.